India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh had a meeting with his Chinese counterpart General Li Shangfu in New Delhi on Thursday. Singh raised the issue of the lingering border row with China in eastern Ladakh. He stressed that the violation of existing agreements by China had eroded bilateral relations between the two Asian giants. Li's visit to India is the first by a Chinese defence minister after the 2020 border clashes that derailed bilateral ties. According to India's Ministry of External Affairs, 135 more Indian citizens have successfully departed from Port Sudan. This is the 10th batch of Indian evacuees from Sudan. They left the country on an IAF C-130J flight earlier this morning. More than 1,500 stranded Indian citizens have now been successfully evacuated. German ambassador to India, Philip Ackermann, has slammed a German magazine cartoon mocking India's population. Ackermann said that the cartoon was neither funny nor fair. The cartoon was published by the German magazine Der Spiegel. It was about the population of India overtaking that of China. India's Minister of External Affairs, Dr. S. Jaishankar, has lauded India's growing ties with Latin America at a forum in the country of Colombia. Jaishankar is the first Indian foreign minister to visit Colombia. He's accompanied by executives from 35 Indian multinationals. Colombia was the third stop on an ongoing Latin America tour that previously took Jaishankar to Guyana and Panama. He will now travel to the Dominican Republic before heading back to India. Air raid sirens were heard blaring in Kyiv early on Friday morning as Russia attacked cities in a wide arc across Ukraine. The attacks have killed at least 2 people. Social media footage showed deserted streets in Kyiv as the Ukrainian capital was rocked by explosions. The city's military administration said anti-aircraft units were in operation. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Russian President Vladimir Putin virtually inaugurated Turkey's first nuclear power plant. Erdogan thanked Putin for his support and said Turkey has joined the league of countries with nuclear power after a 60-year delay. The duo also hailed wider economic ties between Ankara and Moscow. White House spokesperson Karine Jean-Pierre has warned that the situation in Sudan could worsen at any moment. She said Americans should leave within the next 24 to 48 hours. Since fighting erupted on April 15, at least 512 people have been killed and nearly 4,200 wounded. The fighting has also destroyed hospitals and limited food distribution. This is another major blow, as a third of Sudan's 46 million people are reliant on humanitarian aid. White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan has underlined that the United States is not looking to decouple its economy from the Chinese economy. Sullivan said, "We're not cutting off trade." He went on to say that China should step up as a constructive force in assisting heavily indebted countries. A U.S. Air National Guardsman accused of leaking military secrets appeared in federal court on Thursday. Takeda was arrested by the FBI on April 13 at his home in Massachusetts. He was charged with violating the U.S. Espionage Act. Prosecutors say that Takeda leaked classified documents to a group of gamers on the messaging app Discord. Some of the documents had information about troop movements in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. E. Jean Carroll, a writer accusing Donald Trump of raping her in the mid-1990s, pushed back during a cross-examination on Thursday. She exclaimed, "He raped me whether I screamed or not." Carroll had testified on Wednesday that Trump coaxed her into a dressing room, slammed her into a wall, and raped her. The Human Rights Commission of Pakistan has expressed concern over the political and economic turmoil of the last year. Both have had a serious impact on Pakistan's human rights situation. The report says that both the incumbent and previous governments failed to respect the supremacy of Parliament. The report also stated that colonial-era sedition laws are being employed to stifle dissent and target religious minorities in the cash-strapped nation. Tens of thousands of Israelis demonstrated in Jerusalem to show support for the government's proposed judicial overhaul. The controversial legislation would see the country's highest court stripped of much of its powers. Israelis continue to remain polarized over the judicial overhaul. Proponents say it would restore balance to Israeli authorities, and critics say it removes checks on those in power. On to climate news now. Unseasonal heat is hitting parts of Europe. This has raised concerns that wildfires could start earlier than usual. An unusually dry winter has added to those concerns. Last year, over 1.9 million acres were destroyed across Europe because of wildfires. Meanwhile, France is preparing its wildfire fighting troops. The troops and water-carrying aircraft will be ready by the 1st of June. This is a month earlier than usual. Climate change has aggravated fears of an early onset of wildfires across the region. That some regions of mainland Portugal may see temperatures as high as 37 degrees. European nations including Germany, France and the Netherlands have called for binding rules on microplastics. They've asked the European Union to prevent the release of microplastics into the environment. The European Commission is drafting a law. This would introduce measures to cut the volume of microplastics released into the environment by 30%. Climate change and an inefficient infrastructure have strained Mexico's water supplies. It has also pushed reserves in the Cutzamala system to their lowest in its 27-year history. The Cutzamala system provides water to the north of Mexico City. It includes a complex network of canals, tunnels, and pipelines. According to Mexico's National Water Agency, nearly half of the municipalities were experiencing drought in late March. US officials in the West Coast are working on wildfire mitigation efforts. This comes ahead of the annual wildfire season. Officials have been planning to conduct prescribed burns. Test fires were lit ahead of full prescribed burns. In the state of Washington, a group of officials gathered to burn dry wood and debris on the ground. The officials say that this good fire will help increase forest health.
Wait, I didn't sleep very well last night because I was worried about the bug.
Good, how you doing? John.
The giant panda Yaya has landed in Shanghai. This is as it completes its return to China following a 20-year loan to a US zoo. Born in August 2000, Yaya was part of a pair of giant pandas due to return to China this year after the end of the loan to Memphis Zoo. Her male companion Lele died in early February of heart disease at the age of 25. A new study has found that elephants have lost almost two-thirds of their habitat across Asia. The study pins the blame on hundreds of years of deforestation and increasing human use of land for agriculture and infrastructure. The study was published on Thursday in the journal Scientific Reports. It compiles the work of several experts. It was led by biologist and conservation scientist Sherman Da Silva, who's a professor from San Diego's University of California. Germany's Deutsche Bank has said that it'll cut 800 jobs. This comes as a part of the company's new cost-saving drive. The cuts will reportedly be focused on senior, non-client-facing roles. The move will help the bank cut costs by more than $500 million over the next few years. Ride-hailing firm Lyft has said that it will cut more than 1,000 jobs. As per reports, this is equivalent to about 26% of its workforce. This comes as the new CEO, David Risher's first steps in the company to cut costs. Lyft will also eliminate 3 layers of management, bringing it down from 8 to 5. Social audio app Clubhouse has also joined the layoff squad. It has reportedly laid off more than half of its staff. The company said that those who will be impacted by the cuts will receive a severance package. They'll also continue to receive healthcare coverage for the next few months. Details of the exact number of people being laid off have not been made public. Last year, the company laid off a portion of its staff as part of another restructuring. Besides, cloud storage provider Dropbox has said that it would reduce its global workforce by 16%. This will help the company cut costs amid a slowing cloud growth. The company is instead planning to hire new talent for its AI-powered tools. Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that the Russian drone industry could soon be worth 1 trillion rubles. This is the equivalent of more than $12 billion. The president has said that the country will soon achieve the target after its plan to boost production is put into place. Tech giant Microsoft's president Brad Smith has hit back at the UK's decision of blocking its deal with Activision Blizzard. Smith said that the UK's decision to prevent its acquisition has shaken confidence in the country as a destination for tech business. He said that this was probably the darkest day for the company in Britain. Earlier this week, a UK regulator blocked Microsoft's acquisition of Call of Duty maker Activision Blizzard. Social media giant Meta has reportedly merged its advertising product, business messaging, and commerce departments into one. This comes as the company's efforts to reduce middle management ranks. Separately, it has also kicked off a cost-cutting drive. Meta had earlier announced its plans to cut 21,000 jobs as part of the drive. Canada's Senate has passed the government's legislation on online streaming platforms. This reportedly comes after a 10-month debate over the law. The law will force streaming companies like Netflix and YouTube to offer more Canadian content. This will ensure that streaming services promote Canadian music and stories and support Canadian jobs. The European Union has laid out new copyright rules for generative artificial intelligence tools like ChatGPT. According to the rules, the companies using these tools will have to disclose any copyrighted material used in developing their system. As per reports, this could pave the way for the world's first set of comprehensive laws governing AI technology. A robot security guard is now part of Switzerland's security force. The autonomous two-wheeled robot has been developed by Ascento. Ascento is a robotics startup from Zurich. The robot is equipped with a thermal camera that detects people and vehicles. It will be responsible for producing automatic daily security reports. Moving on to sports now. In cricket, Rajasthan Royals defeated Chennai Super Kings by a big 32-run margin. The Royals registered their second straight win over the Chennai side. This was in Jaipur's Savai Mansingh Stadium on Thursday evening. This result also helped the Royals to go to the top of the points table. The Royals have the equal number of points as Chennai Super Kings and Gujarat Titans. However, the men in pink and blue have the best net run rate amongst the three teams. Punjab Kings and Lucknow Super Giants are set to square off at Mohali's IS Bindra Stadium this evening. So far, Punjab Kings have won 4 out of 7 games and these are against Kolkata Knight Riders, Rajasthan Royals, Lucknow Super Giants and Mumbai Indians. On the other hand, LSG has won 4 matches and lost 3 out of 7 games in the league so far. The match will begin at 7:30 p.m. IST tonight. PV Sindhu, HS Pranoy and the men's doubles pair of Satwik Sairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty have stormed into the Badminton Asia Championships 2023 quarterfinals. The two-time Olympic medalist Sindhu defeated China's Yue Han 21-12, 21-15 in just over half an hour. She will now face second-seeded An Se-young, who has an impressive unbeaten record against Sindhu in their 5 previous clashes. Frank Lampard will continue to be Chelsea's caretaker manager until the end of the season, despite no win so far. The club put Lampard at the helm until the summer on April 6th, and that will remain the case despite their continued poor form. Lampard is the 4th coach to have taken charge of the Blues during the chaotic first campaign for owner Todd Bowley. In American football, the Baltimore Ravens and 2019 league MVP Lamar Jackson have agreed in principle to a 5-year contract extension. It's being described as the richest contract in the history of the National Football League. The deal is worth reportedly $260 million. It eclipses Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts' 5-year contract, signed only days ago for $255 million. US basketball star Brittany Griner has spoken to media for the first time since returning home after her near 10-month detention in Russia. The 2-time Olympic gold medalist was released from one of Russia's most notorious penal colonies in a high-profile prisoner exchange with the United States late last year. Griner was arrested at a Moscow airport in February 2022 and subsequently convicted of narcotics possession and trafficking. Team HOLCIM-PRB has suffered a demasting just 4 days into leg 4 of the Ocean Race 2023. The Kevin Escoffier-skippered boat was leading the leg and competition when the incident happened 20 miles off the coast of Brazil in moderate winds and sea state. Escoffier confirmed that all the crew are safe following the incident. Team HOLCIM-PRB have now suspended racing and are drifting back towards land past the rest of the fleet. Mercedes F1 racer Lewis Hamilton has expressed his excitement ahead of the first F1 sprint race of the season. The Azerbaijan Grand Prix is the first of 6 F1 events this season with a sprint race with a new twist. There's a second qualifying session as part of rule changes to discourage teams and drivers from playing it safe, and practice time has been cut to a single session. The Indian Olympic Association has formed a 2-member ad hoc committee to run the day-to-day affairs of the Wrestling Federation of India. The committee will also hold elections to IOA's new executive committee following the charges of sexual harassment against the wrestling body's chief. The IOA will also appoint a retired High Court judge to ensure free and fair elections. Dick Groat, a 2-time World Series champion and one of only 13 men to play in Major League Baseball and the NBA, has passed away at 92. Dick Groat was drafted number 3 overall by the Fort Wayne Pistons, but played only 1 season in the NBA before leaving to serve in the Army. Groat's family confirmed that he died at a Pittsburgh hospital due to complications from a stroke he suffered last week. The makers of the animated film Kung Fu Panda 4 have dropped new details about the movie. In the 4th installment of the popular franchise, lead character Po will fight a new enemy. Named the Chameleon, the villain will be able to summon enemies from the past. The film will release on the 8th of March 2024. The TRIBECA Festival has announced its selection of opening, closing and centerpiece films. The festival will open with the documentary film Kiss the Future. Actor Robert De Niro's A Bronx Tale will be the finale film. Disney's animated film Elemental will be featured in the Centerpiece Gala. The 22nd edition of the TRIBECA Festival will take place from the 7th to the 18th of June in New York City. Hollywood studios are wooing exhibitors to screen their films after the COVID pandemic. Studios like Pixar, Paramount and Universal showed their films at the recently held film convention CinemaCon in Las Vegas. This made theatre owners hopeful that cinema will be back to pre-pandemic numbers. Actor-presenter James Corden has bid farewell to The Late Late Show. He spent 8 years as host of the talk show. Corden said it's time to go home as he prepares to leave for his native London. The finale episode was a star-studded affair with segments with actor Tom Cruise and singer Adele. Singer Katy Perry has lost a trademark case against an Australian designer named Katy Jane Taylor. Taylor was running her fashion label under her maiden name Katy Perry since 2006. That's Katy spelled K-A-T-I-E. Singer Katy Perry's lawyers had issued a cease and desist order for the copyright infringement against the designer in 2009. Singer Ed Sheeran is defending his song Thinking Out Loud in a copyright infringement case. Sheeran is accused of copying singer Marvin Gaye's 1973 song Let's Get It On. He sang and strummed his song in the courtroom to establish differences between the two songs. American fashion designer Tom Ford has stepped down from his eponymous label after 13 years. He announced the news with a fall 2023 collection and a campaign video. The campaign video features archival pieces, including actor Gwyneth Paltrow's iconic white gown from the Academy Awards 2012. Last year, beauty brand Estee Lauder had agreed to acquire Tom Ford in a $2.8 billion deal. The Duchess of Sussex and former actor Meghan Markle has signed with talent agency WME. Her production company Archwell will also be repped by the agency. Markle, whose Hollywood career began with acting in series like Suits, will not focus on acting in the new role. Her focus will be on film and television content development as well as brand partnerships. The coronation of King Charles will be recorded and released as an album. This will be the first time that a recording of the coronation will be available to audiences worldwide. British record label Decca Records would record the service. It will contain spoken words of the ceremony and 12 new compositions commissioned by the King. The album is titled The Official Album of the Coronation. Television host and former US politician Jerry Springer has died at the age of 79. Springer died at his home in Chicago after battling cancer. He's most famous for hosting the talk show The Jerry Springer Show that ran for 27 years. Springer also served as Cincinnati's 56th mayor in 1977.